guys, ngayon ay February 26, 2023. Video number 72 ko na ito. Tungkol ulit ito sa kay Father Anton, yung homily niya. Ang title ulit ay Di Makamove On, sa homily ni Father Anton na may temang temptasyon. Okay? Pagbalik ko, landun na ako sa Shangri-La na pamamunuan niya ng misa ng alas 6. Okay?
Bread alone, but on every word that comes forth from the mouth of God.
Glory and praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ, King of endless glory.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
The Gospel according to Saint Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
At that time, Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and afterwards he was hungry. The tempter approached and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command that the stones become loaves of bread." He said in reply, "It is written, one doesn't live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and made him stand on the parapet of the temple and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, He will command His angels concerning you, and with their hands they will support you, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Jesus answered him, "Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Then the devil took him up to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in their magnificence. And he said to him, "All this I shall give to you, if you will prostrate yourself and worship me." At this, Jesus said to him, "Get away, Satan. It is written, the Lord your God shall you worship, and Him alone shall you serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and ministered to him. Church of Shang, the gospel of our salvation.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
It's a great privilege and blessing that God has given us to enter this spirit-filled, spirit-led, life-giving, transforming season of Lent. If Advent prepares us for Christmas, Lent is a preparation for the greatest feast in the history of our salvation. The feast that ends all feasts. Sabi nga ni St. Paul, if Jesus did not resurrect, what have we to celebrate? Lenten season prepares us for the greatest feast, the resurrection of the Lord, Easter Sunday, following His Paschal mystery, His great passion, death on the cross, and resurrection. Lenten season, Quaresma, 40 days. The color of the church is purple, renewing, reconciling, a new birth, symbolic of 40. In the Bible, 40 is very symbolic. In the Old Testament, during the time of Noah, God cleansed the world of sinfulness and evil for 40 days and 40 nights. Pinagsama Yolanda at Unggoy. 40 days and 40 nights. Non-stop rain to cleanse the world of sinfulness and evil. 40 days and 40 nights. During the time of Moses, when Moses was sent by Yahweh to Egypt to free the Israelites from slavery for 400 years. Pinalaya. Alala niyo yung sini yun? Pinapanood natin tuwing Ten Commandments. Si Dinil. Remember that? Sino yung lalaki nun? Panahon niyo yun. St. Joseph, animation ako. Okay. Oo nga, panahon mo yun. Okay. Moses, Joshua Hester. Okay. Binala ni Moses, no? Ang mga tao, nakalaya na. Ang Israelite, pumunta sa promised land. It took them 40 years in the desert. Matagal na sa desert, 40 years. Ang dami rin naman doon. Sa Mali, marami rin naman doon. Sabi ni Lord, lahat ng mga reklamador, hindi makakapasok sa promised land. Kaya namatay muna lahat ng reklamador for 40 years sa desert bago nakapasok sa promised land. Lesson, okay, reklamo. Okay, so 40 years. Okay, in the New Testament we know, the gospel today, Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights in the desert to prepare himself in this great saving mission of salvation. 40 days and 40 nights, tempted by Satan and the devil, but he was ministered by the angels. And of course, when Jesus rose from the dead, you know that, from the resurrection of the Lord up to Annunciation, Jesus was on earth for 40 days. Talking to the disciples, to Mama Mary, to prepare him in going home, going back to the Father in his ascension. 40. Napakalaga ng 40. Symbolic of renewal, cleansing, purification, inner resiliency, new life. What is that? Then, powerful challenge to be born again in spirit and truth. Mahal yung 40. Kaya palagi nilang sinasabi, life begins at 40. Yan, simula na. 40. Something will be born, by the age 40. At ang bata, kapag ang kanyang lagat ay 40, convulsion. New life. Anyway. So, be aware of the 40. So, what we do? Always remember, and that prepares us for the great victory of the Lord. Christmas, dumating ang Diyos. God who is love came. Christmas, dumating pa lang ang Diyos. Hindi pa tayo niligtas sa Diyos. That's why we need Easter. Because Easter is the validation of God's victory that ends all victory. But that victory is not for God. Always remember that. God doesn't need to be victorious because He is perfect. That victory, that resurrection is not for God. It is for us. For you and me, so that we may also be victorious. Ayaw nyo bang maging tagumpay sa buhay? Gusto nyo ba palaging tihado at lugi at malas? Gusto natin magtagumpay sa buhay, magtagumpay sa pag-aaral, magtagumpay sa pag-negosyo, magtagumpay sa pagpapamilya, magtagumpay sa anak, magtagumpay sa asawa, magtagumpay sa lahat ng mga problema natin sa mundo, magtagumpay sa lahat ng ating mga pangarap, magtagumpay sa kasamanan, magtagumpay sa kasamaan, magtagumpay sa corruption, sa poverty, sa climate change, sa income inequality. Magtagumpay tayo sa digmaan at maghari ang kapayapaan. We need to be victorious, and that is the destiny of men who live in faith, following our victorious God. So how do we do that? How do we become victorious? Of course, Lenten season is challenging us to undergo the discipline. Pero what tinatawag na classic discipline ang Lenten season in order to effect transformation and a victorious life in the Spirit. Ano yung classic na yun? Fasting, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Can you say that? Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We intensify our prayer life. Prayer life is to summon spiritual power so that we may become victorious. Fasting and abstinence strengthen our inner resiliency, our self-control in the face of the many trials and tribulations. Almsgiving, to give, is to receive. The more you give, the more you shall receive. Press down, shake it together, run it over. Habang kayo bibigay, lalo na bibigyan ng Panginoon, siksik ng ako, 30, 60, 100 fold, to become victorious, or being challenged to go back to prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. To go back to the basic of life. Let's talk about the basic of life. The basic in our faith. Let's go back to the Genesis, the first reading. What is basic in the first reading? Genesis. God created everything for the good of man, symbolized by Adam and Eve. The great permission. No? Our God is a God of life. Our God is a God of fullness. Ayaw ng Diyos ang tao'y naghihirap, nagugutom, at napapabayaan. Our God is a God of life. Kaya sabi natin ni God, eat everything. The trees, the herbs, no? Be plenty, enjoy the blessings of God in the Garden of Eden. But of course, there is one exception in the gospel, in the first reading today. Do not eat the tree of good and evil, the fruit of the tree of good and evil. Misteryo ng tree. Pero ang dalawang tree sa Genesis, the first tree is the tree of life, the tree of immortality. The tree of immortality, because man is destined for immortality like his immortal God. But there's another tree that we're not allowed to touch, the fruit of the tree of good and evil. And you know the story, there was a tempter, tinukso si Adam and Eve, and they became disobedient and ate the fruit of the tree of good and evil. Bakit pinagbabawal ng Diyos? Bakit pinagbabawal ng Diyos? Nakainin natin ang bunga ng puno ng mabuti at masama. The fruit of the tree of good and evil, what will happen? Because sabi natin ng devil, if you eat that, you will become God. Pride is the root of all sin. You will become God. It means to say, you will be the criterion of what is good and evil. Whoa! Take note. That is the beginning of the end of humanity. If you are the criterion of what is good and evil, that is the beginning of the destruction of humanity. Mantakin nyo. Isipin nyo na lang. Sa gabi ito, no? Ikaw ang magpapasya. Kung ano ang tama, kung ano ang mali. Ikaw ang magpapasya kung ano ang mabuti, ano ang masama. Sus Marios. Sus Marios. Hindi nyo magpansin. Yung mabuti sa iyo, masama sa akin. Yung masama sa akin, mabuti sa iyo. Yung tama nga sa iyo, masama sa asawa mo. At yung masama sa asawa mo, tama sa iyo. Kaya ang gulo ng pagkita natin. Kaya pagkasa ito eh. Iba-iba yung criteria natin ng good and evil. Amen? Sa opisina, ganun din. Lahat ng dito, lahat tama. Sus, Marios. Ako nga, sa kooperatiba, sa NGO, sus, nagtitibamihan. Papakasa ng ihi, nagalingan. Ako tama, siya mali. Sabi ka Pisa, ako tama, ito mali. Tignan nyo ang nangyari sa akin. If you're the criterion of good and evil, kaya nga hindi natin pinakainin yung puno niyan. Because only God must be the criterion of what is good and evil. Not man. It will destroy humanity. Ito masabi ng UN, Russia, stop the war. O si Putin, naniniwala na sa Russia sa UN, hindi. Sa tingin ni Putin, tama siya. Tingnan nyo, gulo. Ang gulo ng mundo. We're in a very dangerous world because everything becomes relative. Kanya-kanya na lang paniniwala. What is good, what is bad, what is true, what is false. Sus, that's why Adam and Eve was banished from the Garden of Eden because they disobeyed God out of pride. But someone was promised to reconcile humanity back to God. That's why in the Bible, there are three trees. The tree of life, the tree of good and evil, but there's another tree that will reconcile humanity back to God. And that tree is at my back. The tree of Christ. The tree of the cross of Christ. The third tree that will reconcile the obedient God, the obedient Son of God, who will reconcile humanity back to God. The tree of Christ. Life is restored. Death is defeated. sin is forgiven. Every time we look at the tree of Christ, the tree of the cross, it is the symbol of sin has been forgiven, death has been defeated, life has been restored. The third tree, the tree of Christ. Beautiful. That is what we will reflect on this Advent season. And of course, before I end, the Gospel talks about temptation. Like what happened to Adam and Eve. They were tempted by the devil, symbolized by the snake. Let us talk about, during this Advent season, let us talk about overcoming temptation. It is the invisible war. Invisible war. Overcoming temptation. Lahat po ay tinutugso. Tayo po ay natutugso. Pati kami mga pare natutugso. Lahat tayo natutugso. Kung hindi ka tinutugso, ikaw naman natutugso. It goes without saying. That's why during this Advent season, if you want to have spiritual renewal, maturity, transformation, we have to confront temptation. We have to confront temptation. Allow me to share with you some generalities. I can talk deeper on temptation. We need to have a part 2 next Sunday. Don't be absent. I will just give you some introduction to temptation. Temptation did not come from God. It did not come from God. The gospel today, it came from the devil. It came from Satan. Okay? Temptation is not a sin in itself. What becomes a sin is what follows after temptation. Do you succumb to temptation or not? Minsan din yung tatanong, Father, ang trial ba temptation? At temptation ba trial? Hindi, magkaiba yun. Iba yung trial, pagsubok. Iba yung temptation, tukso, spell pa lang, magkaiba lang. Ang trial is a test of God so that you can go back to God. No? God sometimes gives us trial to test our faith so that we can go back to the Lord. Temptation is the complete opposite. Temptation is very dangerous. No? It will lead you away from God. No? Away from God. Not closer to God. We are tempted everywhere. Whatever you are, you will be tempted. Adam was tempted in the Garden of Eden. Ay, nasa Garden of Eden sa Adam and Eve, they were tempted. Christ was tempted in the desert, kontrang-kontra. Garden of Eden, ang maraming pagkain, daming puro, daming fish. Oh. And Jesus Christ was tempted in the desert, alam pagkain? Diba? Saint Teresa of Avila was tempted in the comfort room. Ikaw, sa katinutukso, temptation is everywhere. Next, we cannot overcome temptation until we die. We will always be tempted until we die. Always be aware of that. You will never be exempted from temptation until you die. And lastly, always remember, palagi din ang sinasabi, the devil will tempt you in your weakness. Yes, but also in your strength. Always remember that. The devil will not only tempt you in your weakness, the devil will also tempt you in your strength. Next Sunday, we will talk about the 3 kinds of temptation. Next Sunday, we will talk about the 3 sources of temptation. Next Sunday, we will talk about why God allows us to be tempted. And next Sunday, we will talk about how to overcome temptation. Amen. Let us go.
Oh guys, nakauwi na ako. Di ba ang ganda ng homily ni Father kanina? Walang kapantay na homily yan. Ang galing, hinihimay niya bawat readings from first reading to second reading, pati yung responsorial psalm. Plus, ini-inject niya yung mga kunting gospel reading or yung mga quotations. Di ba? Ang ganda, galing, di ba? So, kailangan, kung sino man ang may gustong dumalo sa misa ni Father Anton, tuwing linggo, alas 12 ng tanghali at alas 6 ng gabi sa Shangri-La Mall dito sa Mandaluyong. Okay? So sa muli nating pagkikita, don't forget to like, share, and hit the notification bell with the all button. And please don't forget to comment down there kung ano masasabi ninyo sa videong ito. And please do subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on my TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So sa muli nating pagkikita, Shalom Aleichem.